Hello everyone, this is Fixer, captain of the gunRunners. We are doing our predictions for UGC's Week 3 Platinum Division. We're playing Foundry this week. Last week we went 7-2 in our predictions. We lost the FFN versus Stock for Pubs, and what else was it? BPM and Axel Y. 7-2, not too bad. Anyways, this week we have Steel Python on the panel.
What's up, guys?
I will be picking second. Biz will be picking third.
Hey, what's going on?
Biz would be the founder of the gunRunners. And Chaos will be picking fourth.
Why am I always fucking last? Send in your votes to get me bumped up here, people.
You'll always be last.
You can send in negative votes, too.
Exactly.
Who fixed it would count them as negative even if they weren't.
All right, we'll get started at the top with a bonus versus MTS Steel.
So both teams came off a nice win last time. MTS is still kind of feeling their new roster out. Bonus, we played them and they're in tip-top shape, I'll tell you that much. Anyway, I'll have to say Bonus has more of a solid roster, I think. And I think they'll take MTS to the end.
How about those apples? Well, if anyone's going to topple one of the two new invite teams, it's going to be Bonus or TS. But I don't know. I got to go with MTS as long as their guys show up, of course. I'm going with MTS. Biz.
So what's the point of voting after this now, Fixer, since you're going second and you now have 3 votes?
I am the tiebreaker, damn it, and that's just how it is.
Well, yeah, because
So,
you're going last then.
Hey, guys, it's my turn. Come on. Shout out to Zero Skill at Bonus. He was the original gunrunner. And Zalox Menace Society also, well, he was on $5, but I'm going to have to go with Menace to Society on this matchup. It may be the underdog, but, it's what it is.
They're an underdog in Steel's mind.
Okay.
Chaos.
I'm going with Menace to Society just to prove that our Biz and my vote meant nothing.
Wait, I voted for MTS full.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, then Steel's vote means nothing and my vote means nothing still.
Alright, so MTS is our official pick for this particular match.
Thank you, Chaos, for that wonderful information.
Whatever.
Okay, next up is the Maxlander team, the recently controversial Maxlander team, versus the Mexican Cat Ranch. Steel.
Welcome to Platinum, Maxlander. A team hiding with 3 invites in Steel and moving up to Silver and Plat. But now that they're here in Plat, we'll get to see what they're really made of, and what a better team to play against than Ranch. I know a few of the guys in Ranch. Maxlander does have some invites, but I know they still have some people without as much experience, so I'll give this to Ranch.
I'm going to have to go with Steel as well, even though Max has the few invites and a few guys with experience. I think they'll do fine against some of the lower teams, but Ranch is a pretty decent team. A big fan of Kessel as well. So I'm siding with Ranch. Biz.
Yeah, Mexican Cat Ranch. Definitely.
Chaos.
3 invites doesn't mean much in Highlander. I'm definitely going to Ranch.
What do you mean it doesn't mean much?
It doesn't mean much, especially if you don't practice with them. If most invites, or at least traditionally, only go to matches and they don't usually practice. That means no team coordination. That would have worked on Silver and Steel, but Ranch has been working together for such a long time that I don't think that a 3 invite type thing is enough to push them over the edge.
Ranch didn't play in the summer.
Ooh, they didn't play over the summer, so they got to miss those maps. Boo-hoo.
Anyways.
Got a point. Those are some of the worst maps ever.
I enjoyed some of them.
You're a masochist. Shut up.
Yeah.
Ranch is our official pick versus Maxlander this week. So third up will be Blunderful versus Gorgeous. Steel.
I'm going to have to say, I know this is a little early, but I think this is the match of the week, in my opinion. I think Gorgeous Gamers had a little reality hit when they almost lost an upward. That maybe just swinging into Highlander without practicing might actually mean something. But this is also a CP map, so this will fit more into what they do. Blunderful's a good team. They've been around for a few seasons. All the same players for the most part. I think BFL will sneak by with this one.
Yeah, even with Gorgeous's stacked team, SAG apparently put up a pretty damn good fight last week.
Who said SAG would do this again?
Yeah, you
What
suck.
was this fixer?
You still suck. So SAG put up a good
right.
fight and took one versus Gorgeous, but that's payload and this is 5 CP.
Well, hold on. And in another match, they only lost by 15 seconds.
And then they dropped to silver.
Radio dropped to silver?
Yes?
Ooh, I did not know that. That doesn't surprise me, actually. That's interesting.
And with that said, Blunderful is a better team than the new SAG, but it's 5 CP, and I gotta side with Gorgeous on this. So, Biz.
I'm gonna pick Blunderful. Yeah, it's nice to have guys like TLR and all these, filling the roster, but with the coordination, and Blunderful is one of the best Highlander teams out there. So I'm gonna go with them.
Biz, you do realize that Gorgeous is completely invites. They're not stacking invites. They are all invites.
Whatever.
I think Blunderful will give him a good fight. I don't think it's going to be a roll by any stretch of the match.
Well, I didn't say roll. I was just saying, he was saying, stacking like they're just throwing a couple on. Gorgeous is one of the few teams that is all invites this season, so
Right.
So I just want to point that out.
And I'll be rooting for Blunderful. So anyway, go Steel. Or I'm sorry, Chaos.
Yeah, still go again. I mean, you only had one vote. No,
Your vote doesn't matter.
my vote never matters, but it's on record. Just like the elections. We'll go ahead and say I'm gonna go with Reality Check, and I'm gonna say Gorgeous Gamers this time. But usually my votes mean it might mean they actually lose. So we can hope for that.
Chaos is the kind of guy who's going to vote for Jill Stein. And silence.
I have no idea who that is. And
So
I'm not
our
Googling it.
official pick is Gorgeous versus Blunderful. Next up will be Tangerine versus Land Before Time and Steel.
I think this will also be another close match, but I don't have that much to say about either team, but I know Tangerine has been coming along really well, and they're going to be one of the teams to beat coming down the line. Land Before Time has a good roster, a solid group, but I just think they'll be overcome by Tangerine and Powa's sniping.
Okay. Well, Land Before Time, they now have the ever-friendly Dill on demo. Everybody's favorite demo. But Tangerine, it looks like they've been playing pretty well this early on this season in scrims, and I'm going to go with Tangerine. Biz.
I don't know any of these teams very well. I've been kind of taking a back seat, so I do know the team name Land Before Time. I don't know if it's the same roster or not, but I'm going to go with them.
Yeah, they've upgraded a bit. They're a lot better now than they used to be.
Okay.
Chaos.
Okay, so let's go to the numbers here. Last season, Land Before Time lost to Tangerine, but it was a 0-0 score. Do we know what happened in that match? Was it a forfeit?
Yeah, it was a forfeit. They didn't want to play the map.
Oh, I remember that. Tangerine for that.
Yes.
Tangerine for that maneuver.
Well, what happened was neither team wanted to play the map, and Tangerine apparently offered the forfeit to LBT. So I think it was both teams that decided to do that.
No,
anyways,
I'm definitely going with
news.
Tangerine. No,
Okay.
I'm definitely going for Tangerine for that maneuver. I mean, that's sort of classy.
I'm going to switch my vote to Tangerine.
Wait,
I didn't know. I didn't look at the rosters. Yeah, Gareth. Hats off to him. So.
yeah, they got Gareth. Okay, so it looks like Tangerine's our pick in that match. Next up, Baby and Punching Marathon versus Farewell Foreskin. Steel.
Farewell Foreskin surprised me last week and pulled off a win. I'm going to put a challenge out there for them to surprise me again and beat at BPM.
Hey,
I'm
look,
voting for BPM.
look who joined the roster. Did you look?
Who joined what?
Meat joined.
Meat? But he doesn't play.
Well, he joined just a couple days ago.
Well, that's good. I clicked on his profile. He has 0 hours in TF2 the last 2 weeks. I'll hold my breath.
So who's your pick?
BPM.
All right. I'm going BPM too. BPM surprised us last week versus Axel. And, FFN surprised us well. Those were our 2 losses. But I think BPM's a much better team.
That's why I challenged them again.
BPM's my vote. Biz.
A little trivia. So back when we started gunRunners, Corlash and Meat were on the team for like a week. And then they split off to form S2. There was a bit of controversy just internally about us having players and not a big deal. I was just trivia on what happened. S2 is no longer. It looks like it's FFN. FFN is also the place where I'm hooked up with Steel, and Fiction and I played forever. So shout out to Free Frag. Shut up, dude. The old Free Frag before it started sucking. Sorry. And I have to go with the same with you guys on this one. I pick BPM.
Guess.
Sorry, I can't do the embryo vote. Farewell Foreskin.
All right, well, Embryo will put in his vote and make BPM the official choice this week.
Yeah, sure, that's what
Chaos's
happened.
vote didn't matter anyway. We had 3 people voting for BPM.
So next up, Syndicate versus Axel Watt. Steel.
I'm sorry, Axel Watt. Syndicate's going to take it.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good match. In fact, I think I want to pick this one for my match of the week. Let's see, going down the line. Yeah, this will be my match of the week. I think it'll be a very entertaining match, and Blazing Boy...
The Syndicate just picked up Ruin.
Yeah, I heard that. Whatever.
Shocker, I thought he quit Highlander.
I don't know. Anyways, I'll be rooting for you, Axel, but I gotta go with TS. Biz.
Yeah, I go with TS. Poke is one of the best heavies I've ever seen. And, I have like almost 1,500 hours as heavy. During the first season, he was the only heavy where I got like nervous playing. I'm like, shit, am I going to get beat? Oh, fuck, I'm dead again. Every time. I didn't die every time, but we did beat them on Steel, though. That was nice.
That was fun.
Yeah,
I don't think Hildred ever forgive me.
Yeah, that was our first big win as a team.
Yes, it was so epic. Anyway, so
I had
I'm
like
going to go
300
with the
ping, it
Syndicate.
sucked.
All right, Biz goes with Syndicate. Chaos.
I'm going to go with Axel. They normally, I think from previous experience from their numbers, they sort of struggle in the beginning of the season. I'm hoping they'll come back a little bit. They'll snap back this week.
Syndicate picked up Hein and Jake and now Ruin.
Oh, fuck, I forgot Hein was on the fucking Syndicate. I forgot that Hein was over there.
And
Ruin
Jake.
means Jake means nothing to me. It's in it.
Jake was the sniper for FFN, and Ruin was Hein Scout on Looking. Ruin almost single-handedly dismantled our team at one scrim.
No. See, the thing is, you were using names that meant nothing. Okay, Ruin from Hein's team. That means something.
Yeah, okay, the scout from Hein's
Axel,
team.
Bye. Just show up, try to have fun, and don't be too upset.
Whatever, I love you, Axel. So
I love Axel. No, I'm just saying that let's be honest, there's not really a chance here. I love Axel. I love
you guys, but you're not going to make it.
You guys aren't going to make it this week. Get ready for next week. I'll put more time on. I would spend extra time and, come back really, really strong and so I can vote for you later.
Please prove us all wrong and give TS a loss. I'll give you a hat.
I will give a member of Axel Watt a hat if they win.
And in his off time, everybody, Chaos likes to bite the heads off kittens.
No, I'm serious. I will give a hat to one of Axel Watt.
Masturbate with their corpses? What?
Who doesn't? That might be a little inappropriate for this. No, but seriously, if Axel Watt wins, I will give one of their members a hat. They can fight over it amongst themselves.
All right, so Syndicate is our official pick, and next up would be us versus Proprietary 9, Malance team. Malance got some GR ties. He was our heavy in the ComFT tournament, if you guys remember that, where we were knocked out on Glacier for what a retarded map that was.
It's amazing how they haven't had more tournaments. Watch us on.
Free went bye-bye. I don't know what happened to Free. He left for something, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I had fun in that tournament.
We almost beat a nice invite team on Viaduct.
Anyways, watch us on Tuesday. We're streamed, I believe, by eXtv.
Yeah, the team we almost beat actually was the one that ended up winning the tournament.
Yes.
We were the only team that scored points against them, if I remember correctly.
We almost won. We were one round short.
Yeah, we choked.
So are we... I tried to drop a little line there, Fixer, and you didn't even pick it up. Are we being streamed on Tuesday?
Yeah, we'll be streamed every Tuesday.
You know, you might want to push that, you know...
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Oh my god, I hate you. No, we're talking about our match right now, and you guys don't want to push it. I don't understand you guys.
Yeah, we'll be, Michael Plus Plus and Hexagrams will be streaming us on Tuesday evenings. I don't remember.
You can watch me drop Ubers.
You can watch Steel drop Ubers. I don't know if they have a set time that they're going to be doing it, but it'll be announced and you'll be able to check it out. So yeah, you'll be able to see this match Tuesday evening. Anyways, we look forward to playing against Malance. We tried to get Malance a guest star on this tonight, but he said he's got a cold, and I think he chickened out, so everybody give him shit for that. All right, what's next? 10 team versus team player, Steel.
What?
10 team
I
disappointed
didn't get a vote? I didn't get a vote on that.
Oh, we don't vote on our own.
Vote, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a noob. I apologize.
10
don't
team,
vote on our own match.
GR? No, I'm just kidding.
10 team, team player.
Yes. 10 team let me down and lost to Ranch last week. I want to say that they'll win, but for some reason I have a gut feeling that TP is going to win this round. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm going to side with you on that. TP, they've been putting together a lot of good games the past couple seasons, and I'm looking
and they've
for
been around forever.
Right, and they've had some guys on. No, I don't know. They did some little revamping this season, didn't they? Past season. But I'll be rooting for you, Bunny. I'll give you a shout out, fool. My pick is team player, Biz.
Yeah, I love Mallet and those guys. Like they were like.
No, that's Malance.
That's Prawn. Biz, you can't do our match. I don't know what
shit,
you're
dude.
on.
I'm sorry. You know what I meant to say? Dino.
Dino's not playing the season, Rard.
Dude, I'm like I had a long day today. So yeah, Dino.
Dino's not playing the season.
It doesn't matter. Let them talk.
Yeah, like come on. Just
wait your tongue. Wait your turn, Chaos. Go in the corner.
Bro. Don't make snoring sounds because I'm not fast and witty like you are. So
trust me, he's not fast or witty.
I know, that's my whole point.
Not you, Chaos.
So listen, love Rar Spoon. Great player, good guy, and Dino he's always playing all the time. And I remember, I swore, Dino, that you were afraid to scrim us in the beginning. Like I would message you and you just ignore me. So I'm just gonna say that. I thought it was kind of funny. And but that was before we were just getting organized and getting started, stuff like that. And Highlander was new to us. So back to the matchups though. But TP. I have to go with them, and Bunny is by one of the best pyros I've seen. I'm not saying comparing him to anybody else, but I play with him all the time, and the guy, unreal. So I'm not sure if he's even a starter. Forgive me, I'm not following that close.
Yeah, he's starting for TP. So that's TP.
Yeah, so TP.
Chaos.
I just don't think Rard's ready to fill Dino's shoes on 10, and I think it might be a good match, but I think team player is probably going to take this one.
All right, so team player is our official pick for this week on Foundry. Next would be the new IFA team, Reborn versus DMS. Steel.
I'm going to have to say IFA Reborn is probably going to take this one. I know Reborn was stuck playing MTS the first week, but they'll be raring to go. I know DMS have been scrimming a lot more, but I think Reborn is just a stronger roster right now.
I have to agree. I'm going to shout out to my boy Toad over at DMS, but I'm going to have to side with Reborn on this. What?
Didn't you say DMS was going to win last week, by the way?
No, I don't think I voted for DMS, did I?
I think I'm going to go to the sheet.
No, it was versus Tangerine. I took Tangerine over DMS.
Did you actually put it in the sheet this time?
I've got a separate sheet for that. Anyways, moving on. Biz, down to you. Reborn versus DMS.
Okay, sorry. You know what? I'm gonna go with Reborn.
Chaos.
Oh boy, I don't really know Reborn, but I know DMS, so I'm gonna say Reborn.
Reborn's got a lot of the people that were on IFA when we played them on Croissant. Remember that match?
Yeah. What makes them Reborn? What's the change? I don't. And I remember that very badly, by the way.
Why their names Reborn?
No, like, what's different? I thought there was an upgrade, and I don't remember what their...
Well, this team wasn't originally IFA.
Yeah, they were.
No, I mean, they only are IFA because that's who's providing the server for them. They're really named something else.
They
just have a
Supernova.
few players from IFA. That one IFA team.
Anyways, I'll stick with my IFA vote.
All right, so Reborn is our official pick this week. Next up will be Stock for Pubs versus BRBU.
I think this will also be a very close match, but I'm going to have to go with BRBU on this one. I wish I had more to say, but I'm going to just shout out to BRBU. Go 8-ball.
Yeah, we picked Stock for Pubs last week, and they fell through versus Farewell Foreskin. And, yeah, I'm 8-ball fan myself. I'm going to have to go with BRBU. Biz.
Yeah, looking through the roster for stock S4P, I don't recognize any of the names. That doesn't really mean anything for me. I do know BRBU, so I'm not sure. How's it? Yeah, with Liquid and 8-ball. Yeah, I'll go with these guys. BRBU is my choice.
And Chaos.
I'm trying. I really wish you would. You need to input things into the spreadsheet. I want to be able to pull this stuff up. We voted for both Stock for Pubs and BRBU last week, right? They were the team, both picks of the week.
I don't think we voted for BRBU.
No, we didn't vote for BRBU, but we voted
they were
for
playing TS.
Right, we voted for Stock for Pub.
I'll give you Stock for Pub one more shot. I don't think is the Liquid going to show up? No one ever knows.
They have XP sniping, who's pretty good.
Okay. Liquid was a sniper.
Liquid's not around anymore, as far as I know.
He's around, but he's not around, and it's just one of those things I just stopped guessing. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Stock for Pubs this week, although I think you guys all said BRBU earlier. We got to stop all agreeing. It makes this video very boring.
All right, so that makes Stock for Pubs, BRBU our official pick. Next up, 2 matches left, and these are all newcomers to Platinum. The Starfleets against Squirrel Clickers. Starfleet is the new Lonely Hearts. I don't know exactly which guys from Lonely Hearts are on Starfleet, and quite frankly, I don't particularly care. As far as Squirrel Clickers go, see a couple people on there I recognize. Daft Kid, Miss K. They got Pulse on there, Crazy Erica. They don't have a whole lot of people on that roster, do they? Anyway, Fleet versus Squirrel Clickers, Steel.
Stealing all my thunder, talking too much. No, I'm going to say this is kind of like a watered down version of Lonely Hearts versus Performance Enhanced. You have Romeo, Crimson, I'm sure they're all name changed here. Creep on here, all on the fleet's finest. And then on Squirrel Clickers, you have Daft, you have Miss K, Crazy Erica. I'm sure Asphyxia finds his way somewhere there too. So this should be an interesting match. But just looking at the rosters, Squirrel Clickers only have, 10 people on it? So they're really relying on everyone to show.
That's what happened to FFN last week.
Well, yeah, but Lonely Hearts or Fleet, they have solid guys. And I know they didn't stop playing TF2. They just were doing other stuff. Pubbing and trolling. So I'm going to go with Fleet.
All right. Well, I'm going to go with Squirrel Clickers then, just to go against you. Biz!
Okay, Squirrel Clickers as well. I'm sure it's fine and dandy to everybody change their name and icons to make some kind of meme or something like that, which is kind of cool, but it's about playing TF2. I recognize Daft Kid. There's somebody called Biznitch. Pulls heartstrings, so I'll go with these guys.
And Cass.
I'm gonna go with the finest crew in Starfleet. I know some of those guys were on from performance enhanced, but counting on just 10 people or 9 people to always show up, they're gonna be. There's a good chance that they might be playing a man or two down, and it's almost impossible just to win 9v8 or 9v7. So I'm just gonna go with the odds here and say someone's probably not gonna show up on their side.
Well, that means it's a tie, and I'm the tiebreaker, so Squirrel Clickers will be our pick for our official pick for Foundry.
How anticlimactic. They didn't realize that who we were going to pick after Biz voted. You really should have been last.
No, don't want to fix anything.
Yeah, Fixer doesn't want to fix anything.
Yeah, I don't exactly live up to my name.
Can we change you to Face Stabber?
It's metallic.
Next one will be Simplicity versus Costco. Again, 2 new teams. I don't know a whole lot about either of these guys. Looking down the roster, recognize a name or two, but not a whole lot. Steele?
Again, looking at the rosters, well, I didn't realize how many people are on Costco. Jeez. I want to say, I don't know these names, so if they're invite players or IM players, I'm sorry, I just don't know who you are. I do know a couple names on Simplicity. I know Smile, Try. So I think Simplicity is going to end up taking it. I have a feeling that they're another stack team that's waiting to be unleashed.
Okay. It's a coin flip for me, so I'll go opposite you and go with Costco.
I'll go Costco as well.
Down to you, Cass.
How was it down to me? You said Costco, Biz said Costco. Anyways,
Embryo's going to vote with you.
Everybody's gonna vote. Ooh, that'd be nice. Simplicity. I'm gonna go with Simplicity. You guys say you recognize a few names, and I trust Steele's intuition on thinking that it might be an invite team just sort of lurking behind the shadows. I'm sort of hoping Costco turns out to be the team that didn't know what they were walking into Platinum. There's always that team every year. Or every season, I should say, and I just can't wait to rip into them officially.
Well, going down their roster, everyone joined on September 4th. It's not like a last-minute thing. So I'm not sure if they just didn't know how to ready up or what. I don't know.
Well, I mean, everyone might have joined up, but at the same... Well, if that is not to be mean, if they don't know how to ready up, that doesn't say much about their team to begin with. And B... I just really want a team to really unleash into this season. I'm sort of just waiting. Everyone I sort of know. I was really hoping Gorgeous was going to fail. Not going to work. I mean, Lonely Hearts were never going to be able to really rip into. Marissa's team or Performance Enhanced, I'm not going to be able to rip into. I need something to just rip into this season.
You're just
on these videos.
Hateful old man.
I'm not old.
You're old.
Hateful middle-aged man.
Thank you. I'm middle-aged. Thank you. The ripe old age of 30. I'm so old.
So you picked Simplicity?
Yeah.
I think I'm the youngest here.
So
yeah, you are, dude.
I guess that makes me the tiebreaker, which means we're going to Costco.
Oh, God, our percentage is going to suck this week.
Probably.
You should not be voting.
All right, so our match of the week, Steel.
Oh, I think I mentioned it earlier, but for me, the match of the week's going to be BFL versus Gorgeous. I think it's going to be a nail biter at the end.
I don't know. I go with Bonus versus MTS versus BFL and Gorgeous, although I think they'll both be good matches. But my final pick on the match of the week will be TS versus Axel Watt. Biz. Match of the week.
Hold on. Damn it. Let's go to Chaos.
Chaos.
As always, I'm gonna say the match of the week should be gunRunners versus Prawn because you guys are listening to us. So, but the second match of the week where I'm not participating and Victor isn't going to be yelling at me will be. I want to see Blunderful versus Gorgeous. Gorgeous is last. We're going to see if whether Gorgeous is really going to get their butt in gear or they're just here goofing off and there's just going to be a sort of a middle class team.
Middle class?
Well, yeah. I mean, they'll have invites, but they're not going to take it seriously. And they're not going to be able to... I mean, SAG, they've picked up a lot of players that are just sort of casual players. And if that's the best they are going to do, that means they're not going to practice, and they'll just probably stay in the middle of the pack. They'll play this for fun, but they're not really going to practice.
Well, look at what was it? Mix Up in Season 4, was it? Where they didn't scrim at all? Was it 4 Steel?
I think so.
And they still just went
undefeated.
But they were...
they didn't practice Highlander, but they were playing together 6 teams. So they were practicing to get... I don't think Gorgeous are all on one team, though.
Yeah, so these guys all know each other. They
know each other.
Sixes.
Yeah, but they don't. But the mix-up people actually practice sixes together. Does Gorgeous actually practice their sixes together, or are they all like 5 different teams with players just dragged from different areas?
Yeah, these guys all play with each other all the time.
Fixer, stop picking in the windows at night, and that's all I have to say.
Okay. So your pick of the week.
Yeah, BFL and Gorgeous. I'll go with that matchup.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that about does it. Again, I'd like to thank XTV for giving us this opportunity.
Watch us Tuesday.
Yeah, for everybody to listen to Chaos being mean and hateful.
I am very respectful during matches.
And I want to thank
loud.
EO Reality.
And I am loud.
Killing me, Smalls.
Shut up.
Well, I thank EO Reality for providing our server and helping us out. If you guys need a TF2 server, head over to eoreality.net, put in the coupon code eXTV, and you'll get 15% off your server for life. And that does it for Foundry. We will see you guys next week. And what the hell map is it next week? Lakeside?
Lakeside,
yep. Lakeside. Hey, Fixer, maybe we should throw it out there. We actually want to try to get our opponents out there, so if in case they actually hear this, they'll sort of, if we're going matched against them, they'll sort of know it in advance.
What the hell are you talking about?
How we want to invite our opponents every week instead of just a random team member from another team.
Yes. We would like to do our guest stars to be our opponent for that particular week. Although, this is the first we wanted to try it, and Malance just totally blew that streak out of the water.
Well, we did it last week.
Anyway.
Well, we did.
Anyway, we'll see everybody next week at Lakeside. And
he just blew you off.
I hate him.